There are 5 things that we all can learn from the world's fastest sprinter, Usain Bolt. Yep, business owners, entrepreneurs, nonprofits, ministries, you can listen as well. We're going to jump right into it right after this quick intro. Hey, everybody. Welcome to my live stream. Thank you for popping in the middle of the day. Yep, I know that a bunch of you are going to watch this in the replay. So just type #replay if you catch this later. And I am jumping in because, listen, you know, we've all been doing Netflix and Amazon Prime and looking at movies and looking at different things. And I ran across pretty much a documentary the other day on Stars about Usain Bolt. Now, you might not know who that is. Let me pop up his picture. He is from Jamaica, won the 100, 200 meter gold medalist, the last 3 Olympics, Beijing, London, Rio, World Championship. His running time has not been matched to this point. And so there was a whole documentary that he did. And you know what? While I was listening, I was taking notes and I was like, ooh, this is some good stuff to share. So if you're popping in, hello. We are going to be talking about 5 things that we can learn, in particular business owners, from the world's greatest sprinter, the greatest sprinter of all time, Usain Bolt. If you're from Jamaica and you're listening, listen, throw up some love. Hey, Tracy, thank you for popping in and saying hello. Yes. Hello, Jeanette. Thank you. Yes, we know him, and we love him. And the interesting thing is, even if you were, going for the U.S., when he got on the field, everywhere around the world, people loved him. So let's jump in it, because this is some good nuggets in here. Welcome again to all those that are popping in. And if you are brand spanking new to me, I'm Sharvette Mitchell, and I work with female entrepreneurs, primarily service-based, to help them build their online platforms and personal brands so that they generate more revenue. And I do that in a couple of ways, with one-on-one consulting, group coaching programs like my Platform Builder program. You might know me from the Sharvette Mitchell radio show and books and speaking and all of that good jazz. And so let's jump in. Literally, I just have a few minutes. If you have something to write with, go ahead and grab something to write with. Go ahead and share this out. I'm telling you, this is going to be good. All right. So again, Usain Bolt won, the last 3. He has retired at 30 with the last Olympics, which was 2016. He runs the 100. He runs the 200, fastest time recording. So here's something that was interesting on the documentary that came up, that popped up. And again, welcome to all those that are coming in. He said he hates the training. He said he hated the training, but in another breath, he says he loved the competition. Let's think about this. World champion, gold medalist, fastest man on the earth from a sprinting standpoint. And he says he hates the thing that gets him ready for the competition. Some of you might be, I don't know, some of you listening, some of you watching at any time of the day or night, you might be in a place of, I don't like some of the stuff I have to do to run my business. I don't like some of the stuff I have to deal with to run my business, but you love your business. You love what you're able to do to serve your customers, the products that you create, but you might not like every minutia. You might not like getting your QuickBooks together. You might not like getting tax information together. You might not like social media. Some of you are like, I don't even like social media, but it's one of the things that helps your business. So what was so interesting with Usain Bolt, again, from Jamaica, shout out to the Jamaicans that may watch, was that he specifically said, I hate the training, but I love the competition. We got 5 tips I'm going to go over that I pulled out of this documentary. So much so that he was actually ready to retire before the last Olympics, which was 2016 in Rio. He had gotten all the money he wanted to get. He'd taken care of his parents. He had the cars, the houses. He had set up his future. Online, it says he's worth about 90 million. Talking about Usain Bolt, he's worth about 90 million. So before the last Olympics in 2016, he was considering retiring. It was like, I don't have anything to prove. I don't have anything to prove. I don't have anything to prove to anyone. So I could give this up. Let me capture this question, Terry. Yes, it's hard to do the hard work to get to the finish line. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. Jeanette is being our scribe. Number one, he hates the training, but loves the competition. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Brand is saying so true. So true. Yes, I don't like the marketing, but because it seems so overwhelming. I love all the comments that are coming in. And if you're just popping in, we are talking about Usain Bolt, and he is known as the fastest sprinter of all time. No one has really beat his records yet. They haven't really beat his records yet. And so I watched a documentary, and I love some of the things that came out. Gold medalist, all of that. So we got one. He hates the training, but he loves the competition. So much so, he was ready to retire. He had amassed all he wanted to do. No one had beat any of his running times. But let me tell you what happened. Somebody type in the chat and say, what happened, Sharvette? Somebody type in the chat, what happened? What happened? This was before the Rio Olympics. Remember, he said he hates the training. And you got to think, these guys and ladies, they are training for months. The 100-yard dash or the 100 meters that he runs, he runs it in 9.6 seconds. He runs it in 9.6 seconds. So you spend months, years preparing and training to run for 9.6 seconds. This is what happened. This is what happened. He was watching the TV. Somebody say, thank you, Terry. Say, yeah, what happened? Let me tell you what, Jeanette, let me tell you what happened. He was watching the TV, and the U.S. runners got on. Justin Gatlin got on TV. Yes, I'm telling you what happened. Got on TV and said, oh, the U.S. bringing home all the goals on the track. We're not letting anybody else bring home any goals. The U.S. is bringing home all the goals. And then they started talking about him a little bit. Usain said, oh, now we got a competition. Like, I don't even have to do this, but because I love the competition, that's actually why he finished out and retired after the last Olympics, because somebody said they could beat him, and he beat them. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving as we talk about 5 things we can learn from the greatest sprinter of all time, Usain Bolt. You saw him in the last Olympics. You can look him up. He has a documentary on Stars called IAmBolt. I thought it was very good, and I pulled out some nuggets to share with you guys. In particular, if you are a business owner, I think there's some great things that we can share and listen to. So number one, he hates the training, but loves the competition. Hates the thing that gets him ready, but loves when he gets on the track. All right. Here's the second thing that was so interesting. His trainer said in the documentary, which is one of his lifelong friends, said his injuries have been his biggest competition. His injuries have been his biggest competition. Not anything external, not necessarily another runner, other than the fun of the competition, not necessarily something external, but his biggest competition was internal. So I don't know, there might be some of you listening, and your competition or what you are wrestling with as far as walking in your purpose, executing your business, launching your business, taking your business to the next level, is not anything that's external to you. It might be internal to you. And so perhaps there's some internal work for you to think about. So I thought that was so poignant for his manager to say. And here's a bonus thing that relates to that. Usain Bolt is 6'5". Ooh, I love a tall man. How many, anybody else like tall men? Because I'm tall. I'm 5'11" with flats. Love a tall man. He is 6'5". And literally, if you go over to YouTube and you see like the lineup of, when the guys are on the track, he like towers over, like he's here and all the rest of them are here. Here's the thing. At 6'5", he is not supposed to be able to run as fast as he runs. At 6'5", he is not actually even supposed to run as fast. He might run a relay or he might run, not a relay, long distance. You might consider more of a long distance runner to be that tall. So at 6'5", Usain Bolt is not even supposed to run this fast. So he had some hamstring issues. He had a ankle injury, and things of that nature. If you're popping in, hey, I'm Sharvette, and we are talking about 5 things that we can learn from the greatest sprinter of all time, Usain Bolt. And Olympics, you can go look him up online. There's a documentary on Stars that I watched. I'm grabbing some of the nuggets out of it for you to share with you. So that is one thing. So we're jumping on. We covered number 1. He hates training, but he loves the competition. Number 2, his injuries were his biggest competition. His injuries were his biggest competition. So there may be things that you're battling with and you think it's external, but it might be internal. All right. So thank you so much, Jeanette, for capturing that for us. Let's move on to number 3. If you're coming in, number 3, and we talk about what can we learn from gold medalist, world champion, 100 meter, 200 meter. No one has matched his time. He retired at 30. He retired at the last Olympics. He recognized he needed a coach. Early on, he recognized that he needed a coach, specifically a running coach. And he recognized this right out of high school. This was so awesome. Out of high school, he across Jamaica, like he was the fastest guy. So they knew, okay, there's something with Usain Bolt, that he's got greatness on him. He himself, out of high school, went and looked for a coach and found the coach that actually carried him throughout his entire career, got him through all the world championships, 3 Olympics, all with gold medals. But here's the thing that was so awesome. His father in the documentary said, I didn't think he needed a coach. His father said, I didn't think he needed a coach. I didn't think he needed it. Just go out, get out and run, basically. But Usain, at an early age, really in this running career, right out of high school, recognized I need a mentor. I need a guide. And so some of you in your business, and this is one of the things that I do, why I do consulting and coaching, and that really is a huge part of my business, is that it's a guide. And I love that he said, whenever he was injured or whenever maybe motivation was down or his coach always knew how to get him back on track. His coach always knew how to get him back on track. So for some of you, you need a coach or a mentor. You need a coach or a mentor. Yes, we all need to be teachable. Absolutely. Thank you, Brent. Absolutely. We all need to be teachable. So I thought that was so awesome that he recognized that in high school, and his father didn't recognize it. His father discounted it. And this coach, again, got him through all of the Olympics and stayed with him all the way through. All right. If you're just popping in, hey, we're talking about 5 things we can learn from the greatest sprinter of all time, Usain Bolt, who's only 34. He's like 34 right now. He retired at 30 with the last Olympics of 2016. And so let's keep it moving to number 4. Number 4, the 4th thing that we can learn from Usain Bolt is that this is what he said. He said he was always nervous the first run of a match. So if you go to the World Championship, if you go to the Olympics, he's running the 100, he's running the 200, he's running relays, but he specifically said, now at this, and he said this going into Rio, the last time he ran at the Olympics, the first run, he was always nervous. So if you are waiting for nervousness to disappear, you're going to be waiting a long time. This man who was documented, his time, his world record had not been beat. And before he goes into the first run of a match, he's nervous. But then this is what he said. This is a bonus I got to throw into you. He said, after I run the first match of the whole thing, I'm good. My confidence shoots through the roof. My confidence rises. His confidence rises as he runs. So some of you are listening to me, and some of you are watching this in the replay, and you are waiting for confidence to come first. When confidence comes when you run. So you got to get on the track and run. Again, I thought this was so awesome because this is almost like imposter syndrome. You're saying, you could see in the documentary before Rio, he's very inward thinking. He's quiet before the first race. And then after he wins the 100, he's walking around the track, taking selfies with fans, high-fiving people, because his confidence, he said that always happens. As he runs, his confidence shoots through the roof. But that first run, he's sitting thinking, am I still fast? Y'all ain't shouting as hard as I am talking. Hey, Coach Andrea, he is questioning. Again, documenting. He already documented this. He said this before Rio. He already had Beijing Olympics under his belt. He already had London under his belt. He already had world record under his belt. And going into Rio, he said every time the first run, I'm questioning, am I still fast? That's good, right, Brent? I'm questioning, can I still do this? Even though there's documentation that you have done it before. So confidence comes when you run, ladies and gentlemen that are listening and watching me. Yes, isn't this something? I'm glad you didn't miss it either. Confidence comes when you run. You are waiting. Some of you are waiting again as a repeat on number 4. And we're talking about 5 things we can learn from really the documented, widely known best sprinter, fastest sprinter of all time, Usain Bolt. Shout out to Jamaica. Won gold medals in London, Beijing, all of the last 3 Olympics, Rio, all of that. We're talking about some highlights I pulled out of his documentary while I watched it. And he said he is nervous at the first run of every single match. But the confidence comes when he runs. After he gets the first match out of the way, again, if you're at the Olympics, he's running the 100, the 200, he's doing relay. So they're running a number of times. But that first time, he's questioning, am I still fast? There's a question on the table, am I still fast? So again, you that are dealing with, I'm waiting for my confidence to come. You have to move, take action, and the confidence. And I've said this before on a live, confidence will come as you take action. And I loved that bonus point there. So let me just recap real quick. 5 things we can learn from Usain Bolt, gold medalist, world sprinter. He hated the training, but loved the competition. His injuries were his biggest competition. So things internal to him, not external. He recognized early on that he needed a coach. He needed a mentor, even when his father did not agree at high school, coming out of high school, saying, I need a coach. I need a running coach. And that he kept that coach all the way throughout. That coach got him all the medals, all the championship. Out of high school, he realized, I need a coach. I need a mentor. And so these are some of the things we're going to be talking about at the pop-up conference. You see all the information on the screen there. He is nervous at the first run for every match, but then his confidence shoots through the roof when he runs. So now we're on number 5. We're on number 5, and I've got 6 minutes to go. We're on number 5. And in the Rio Olympics, what had happened was the Jamaican women relay race, 4 women that run the relay, pass the baton. The Jamaican women's team had run earlier and somebody dropped the baton. Somebody dropped the baton. And so Usain said, oh, we need a team meeting. Because he was on the relay. He'd already won the 100, the 200. So he was one of the people, one of the 4 guys running for Jamaica. The women's team run earlier and from Jamaica, and they dropped the baton. Some of you might remember if you watched the Olympics. Usain said, team meeting. He called the other 3 guys together that were for Jamaica, getting ready to run the relay. He said, listen, we just need to get the baton around the track. So I thought that was such great leadership and such great refocus of, he didn't go in saying, we got to get the gold, we got to get the silver, we got to get the bronze. He refocused them to say, listen, we cannot have Jamaica have two teams drop the baton at the Olympics. So what we got to do, we just got to get this baton around the track. And so some of you, I thought that was grace. I thought that was such grace to give yourselves in the team. So some of you are not giving yourselves grace because everything is like, I got to hit this number. I got to do this. I got to do that. When in actuality, sometimes all you got to do is get the baton around the track. I thought that was so great. But here's what happened. Here's what happened. And there were a couple things in this that I think that we can pull out. So Usain, again, fastest documented sprinter, he was leg 3 of the race. He was not the starter and he wasn't the anchor. They put him in the middle. I think that's good right there. Yes, take action. Take action. I think that's good. I think that's good right there. Fawn said, take action. Take action. He was not the starter. He wasn't, he's the fastest one. They didn't have him start. They didn't have him finish. They put him right in the middle, which I think is good because if we think about when we are working on a launch, when we're working on products, sometimes we get tired in the middle. Sometimes we lose focus in the middle of the process. So I thought that was strategic for them to put Usain, fastest runner, in the middle. But here's what happened. The fourth, the anchor, the fourth guy said, oh, we bringing home a gold. We bringing, the fourth guy said, yeah, we're going to get that. But and guess what? They brought home the gold. But I thought that it was so great that Usain, pulled out that, hey, we can't have another team from Jamaica drop the baton. So let's just focus getting the baton around. And their focus got them the gold. Oh, my goodness. Their focus got them. Yes, get the baton around the Hey, Giselle, get the baton around the track. Coach Andre said, I hated the middle when I ran track. And that's where they put him. And let me tell you, if you go, you can go watch it. Go pull it up on YouTube. Rio Olympics 2016 men's relay. And you will see Usain and then he pulls through and and they take it home. But they refocused and said, we just got to get this. We got to get this baton around the track. Thanks for the hearts and the loves for all those that's coming in. I'm telling you what, I was just watching this documentary about Usain Bolt. It's called IAmBolt on Stars. Just bless my socks off. I had to take some notes and share with you guys. Don't get tired in the middle. Listen. Don't get tired in the middle, honey. The middle. Yes, Jeanette said like that. And they put the fastest guy in the middle, because they said if we start off slow, if 1 and 2 start off slow, we know we put Usain in the middle, he gonna look and see where they are, and he gonna put some fire in this. But then the anchor, and I don't have his name. The anchor said, no, we are winning the goal. We're not just getting this baton around the track. We're gonna win the goal, and they won the goal. They won the goal. OMG, I gotta go. My time is completely up. Tina, I have a session with you. I'm coming. If you saying, why is she on Facebook Live? Bryn, you are welcome. You are welcome. If you missed it, just you're gonna have to watch the replay. You're gonna have to watch the replay. Please watch the replay of this. I just think this is such great mindsets, things for us to hear from a champion, study champions, and they face some of the same things we face. They feel some of the same things we feel, but then we can look at them and see, where did they go? And these are some of the same types of conversations we're having at the pop-up conference. Live here in Richmond, Virginia, November 5th, 6th, and 7th. You can see the link on the screen, screenshot it, join us. HeyGirlHey.biz. HeyGirlHey.biz is where you can register. Yes, live, no virtual. It's an in-person experience, social distancing with masks. But these are some of the types of conversations that you're going to get to hear from experts and leaders about that. So go there and find out. If you have any questions for me, inbox me. I'd love to chat with you. In particular, if that third point about him recognizing he needed a coach and recognizing he needed a mentor, if that resonated with you, I'd love to chat with you about some options for that. All right. I am gone because I am over my time. Yes. I'm making sure I captured everybody. Soar, study champions, winners, trailblazers, legends, all of that. Yes. This was great. Again, we were talking about Usain Bolt, his famous pointing there. Go back and catch the replay. So many nuggets I pulled out that I shared with you. He's doing well. Go follow him on social media. He's had a baby. He's 34. He's worth $90 million, traveling the world. vacationing and all of that, and really great case study for us. All right. I'll see you guys later on the web.